Okay, so you're really keen on a property and you get your offer close and the agent tells you there's another buyer on it. Property's been on the market for 4 months and you go, seriously, there's no other buyer on it. But then there is.
Mm.
22 Chard Road, Brookvale, the tale of the sale, ladies and gentlemen. Real story. Well done on selling it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been on the market for a while. I think a lot of things sort of helped with that sale because it'd been on the market for a while. That buyer would have seen it before I had posted. Like, he saw it on my social media.
Yep.
I spoke very highly of it.
You sold it off social.
Yep, that's where he saw it, and then he called me and was like, "All right, I've seen it on the market. You're involved now because I sold this client a couple properties in the past, so we had a pretty good relationship. So it does matter. Like a lot of time, I think, oh, if the buyer likes it, they'll call any agent. But I think not necessarily in commercial because you've got to, unless you're like a lot of time with commercial property, you want to do stuff to it, add value to it, and you need specific rental rates for it. You need good estimates and
Well, you need follow through as well because it was a vacant asset. You need to
yep,
chop it up, rent it up, do all
correct,
that. You want to have confidence in the agent that you're buying from. It's going to get those rental figures. The
hundred
job's going to
percent.
get done. Couple of short, sharp things. Who sold it?
Me, Nova,
Who was the vendor?
private client. Great story. They've been there since 1957. Italian family. Yeah, they built it.
70 years.
Yeah,
Big
that's cool.
asset.
Yep.
And so they sold it. So it was a 4,080,000. It was a big warehouse, old warehouse, Brookvale, one of those red brick buildings that you drive past. You go, oh my god, that thing's a fortress. So they sold it. Why did they sell it? Why would you sell something so beautiful?
Well, it'd been in the family. Like the father, mum and dad built it. They both passed, multiple kids. So
Yep.
the difficult thing with having such a big asset, it's hard. Like it's a lot of equity brought up, and if you've got three families now who want to use that money, it's hard to get loans if you're all on it. So it you sell it to just divvy up the money. To be honest, it's
Well, yeah, I think people like, three brothers and sisters or two brothers and sisters, the five brothers and sisters like owning assets together.
yeah.
But then when you go to lend money, use that equity, it's like no. So it's sort of a little bit of a way. It's hard. So old Italian family sold it. Who bought it?
Young active commercial investor who he's bought a couple buildings, does a lot of cosmetic changes to them, finds a really good tenant, and just increases the value that way. Because the great thing about commercial, regardless of the market going up or down, you can still make money in an asset. If you get a great tenant paying a great rent, you can, like this building could get a valuation of $6-7 million in 6 to 12 months, regardless of the economy. So,
Wow.
so
Just if it gets good rents.
yep,
So younger guy, older guy?
young guy, 40s.
Yep.
Yep.
And so that's who bought it. That's who sold it. Um, Tell me about the rally in the end. It sort of he was the guy who bought it was quite firm, quite proactive,
Passionate.
quite passionate about it. So there's a couple of buyers in the end on it. And surely I'm amazed that a property can sit on the market for so long and then there's a race in excess of what the owner would have accepted in the end.
Yeah.
I think that's bloody incredible.
It's you'd like to say it's all just agent skill, but a lot of time there is a little bit of luck and timing to a campaign where, yeah, it's been on the market for a long time, and then you're coming to, it's about to be sold with one buyer, then the second buyer comes ready to go make an offer, and and I think that's where a lot of you've got to have that rapport with that buyer that they believe you, basically, and just be like, we're not screwing you around. There is that other offer maker. Because if that buyer does, if you don't have that rapport with that buyer, they just won't believe you. They won't actively participate in anything, and they'll just wait and see, hoping it doesn't sell, thinking it won't sell, thinking the agent's full of crap, and then they find out the next day that it does sell. So this buyer did a lot of the work where once he knew there was another buyer, he basically came to the office and was like,
Didn't leave.
until he bought it. So I would like to take the credit for it, but he was a big part of securing this asset, which I think, and that's because he's been around the bush. Like, you got to take that onus upon yourself. Yes, it's easy to blame the agent, but oh, we got gazumped. But it's like, well, what did you do after you heard there was another buyer? Nothing. Okay, well, you can just sort of be pissed off about it and then drive past that property every day going, I got screwed on it. Or you can work with the agent to try and secure the asset, and he did. So, as much because how we work in the office is any agent can sell a property, so it's not always just the one agent dealing with two buyers. Like this, on this case, you had the listing agent, myself, and then a third agent. So
Good for the seller because
great for the
there's
seller.
competition there that drove the price up. So the owner probably would have taken circa 4.
They accepted for. So.
Yeah, and then in the end, bang, bang, boom, it just went. So tell me, that's the floor plan there. How is this guy going to make money out of this floor plan? So there's the bottom two. There's almost like 2 plates there at the bottom, one there, and then there's the upstairs residential that was pretty cool, 3 better. I don't know if you could see that clearly, that 3 better upstairs. How's this guy going to make money out of this place?
Yeah, we're seeing. So at the moment, you've got big spaces, 300 square meters of warehousing. We're seeing a big demand for 30 to 70 square meters of warehousing, getting like your traditional warehouse. Little ones. Like your traditional rates in Brookvale can be 250, 350 a square meter, where some of the small ones are getting 450, 550 a square meter if they've been done up with nicer kitchens. And done up just means like new epoxy flooring, electric roller door, paint, like nothing major, cosmetic changes to get those rents.
Schmick it up.
So that can be done throughout the ground floor. Probably make half a dozen little factories there.
Really?
Yep.
So he'll turn this big fella into go chop, chop, chop and create smaller spaces, and you'll rent up the smaller spaces. There's a big market there.
Yep.
He'll get really good rent. Then he'll get a higher valuation. Then he'll buy something else.
Yeah. Or we may get approached by like a big anchor tenant, like a brewery. We've had a property in the past where we leased to a brewery because these properties got a really good combination of outdoor area and potential parking area. So sometimes either larger tenants or the smaller tenants. And then upstairs, yes, it's got residential use, but I imagine we'll convert that to office use, create a nice office space there.
Congratulations, and that is the tale of the sale of Chard Road, Brookvale 22. Anything else you want to add before we go on that, Burge, to top to tail on that sale?
Yeah.
That rhymes.
Yeah, social media, communication, honesty.
Social media sells it again.
Have the hard conversation. Like, I knew as soon as there was that other offer maker, it didn't feel good because I knew my buyer wouldn't be happy. But instead of dwelling on it, just be upfront. Give them the time to absorb the information as well. Because I know if I had waited potentially a few hours when the owner was making the decision, it could have been too late. But because I had it early, like the initial conversation didn't go well.
Yep.
But then like an hour passed, I think he decided he wanted to buy it. So how can he get involved?
Yep.
Where if I waited till, because there was 3 owners, everything was taking a long time on their end.
Yes.
Even though we knew the answer, you're not going to have it formally for a while. So, where if we waited till technically we got the advice, say at 3 o'clock, have that conversation, then he's not happy for an hour or two. It's the end of the day. He misses out.
Wow.
So,
you know what? Same thing happened this week on Bayview 82C Cabbage Tree Road.
Yep.
The guys were referred to me. So, sorry, I referred the property to them. So the guys bought it up on a referral. So I was like, go and have a look at it. It's a cracker. And they bought it within the week.
Yep.
And it's been on the market for 7 or 8 months. Suddenly 2 buyers at the end. Crazy. It always happens. Have a happy Easter. And guys, that is the tale of the sale of
22 Chard Road.
Yeah, and if you need any advice, we're the guys to be able to help you. Look us up, and we'll get you in into some great assets and give you some really good advice. Love ya, see ya, have a great day, and that is the tale of the sale.
Thank you.